Can freelancing projects count towards your project management experience? Let's find it out. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Learn with Virali. I'm Virali, your guide on this coding adventure. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can exactly craft your freelancing projects onto the PMP application and get it approved at the very first try. So let's get started. In case if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do go ahead and subscribe to my channel as I regularly post videos on PMP examination prep and software development, data analysis, and so on. So when you start with your PMP application, you would need to make sure that you know all your details in regards to your education and your experience. So PMI actually has two eligibility criteria. First one is project management experience and the second one is project management education. Let's look at both of those in a little more detail. Okay, so we have three different columns over here: understanding, educational background, project management experience, and project management education, wherein project management education is going to be same and compulsory for all the three different types of education. That is, you need to compulsorily have 35 hours of PMP prep PDUs, as in PMP examination prep course, taken from any other platforms like LinkedIn Learning, Udemy, Coursera, and in many other platforms too. So now let us understand what educational background needs to have what number of months identified as your project management experience. So in case if you have a high school diploma or a secondary degree, then in that case you need to showcase a minimum of 60 months of your project management experience, understanding that this is your level of education and this is the level of experience, which is 60 months needed in case of high school diploma. But in case if we have a 2 years master's degree, in that case you need to only showcase 36 months of your project management experience. In case if you also have a bachelor's degree, which is having a 4 years of concentration, then in that case you also need to showcase like 36 months of your project management experience, but it is only 60 months if you have a high school diploma. So when you are filling with your PMP application, you need to first go to PMI.org, wherein you will be signing up as the very first user or registering yourself by creating your free account as shown on the screen over here. So first you will write your first name, your last name, your email address, your country or the region wherever you are located on, and you will set a password for your account and then click on register now. So once you register, you need to verify your account, as it is gonna send you a one-time passcode onto your email, and then you need to enter it back, making sure that you are now registered successfully. Once registered, you can now log into your account in order for filling out your PMP application. So for logging in, just paste your email address that you had used while registering and enter your password and then click on login to PMI. Okay, so as you log in, you would then need to navigate to certifications, which is the very first tab on the screen. And under certifications, you have to choose Project Management Professional, as in the PMP certification. So as you click on the PMP certification there, you will be landing up onto this page. But please note the most important information shown at the very bottom of the page, which shows the cost for your PMP certification. So if you are a member with PMI, you will be paying $405 US. But if you are not a member with PMI, you will be paying a little more, which is $555 US. I have already recorded a video showcasing the benefits for being a member with PMI and what are disadvantages of not being a member with PMI. And I'll link the same in the description below, so do check it out. And after that, you need to click on Apply Now button, which is shown after the cost presented at the very bottom of the screen. Okay, so as soon as you log in to your PMI portal, you will be shown your name over here. For now, it shows my PMI for my case. And I have three sections over here, which is education, experience, and the exam details. So I'll be starting with the education section first. So as I scroll down a little bit, I see that Under the academic section, I'm supposed to enter my high level of education. That is the highest level of education that I have. If you have finished with your master's degree, make sure you enter the details of your master's degree over here. If you have bachelor's degree as your highest education, make sure you have bachelor's degree listed over here. For me, it's master's degree, so I'm just going to add master's degree over here and select the years attended as 2019, and the completion year was 2021. It was from Canada itself, as I will be naming the name of my institution over here, New York Institute of Technology, and I'll select the field of study as business administration. Once I click on save education, it says that I have finished with my academic education, and the number of hours that I would need to showcase my professional project management experience on will be showcased once I reach the experience section over here. But for now, I'm supposed to add that 35 hours of PDU, which is the project management examination preparation course that I had done from TIA, as in Andrew Ramdayal's course. So I'm just gonna list the provider here as in TIA exams. Course title was PMPExam prep, and the course dates were somewhere about July 2024, and I ended up finishing it up in, let's say, August of 2024. And I would answer the number of qualifying hours as 35, as it was a 35 hour of the course. Once I save education, this is gonna be checked marked over here, making sure that this is satisfied part of my education over here. Next, I need to go click on continue to experience. Once I land onto experience, since I already have my master's degree in place, I only have to add 36 months of my project management experience. So for that, I'll just go ahead and add the title of the project that I was working on with whichever organization it was, and what was my job title working with that organization. Now please remember that you don't need to have the job title of project manager. It's not required. It only asks you to use the PMBOK terms or project management terms, making sure that PMI understands that you have enough or sufficient experience to sit in this exam. So make sure, if you are having little to no experience, and if you have experience working with freelancing projects, you can still add those freelancing experiences over here. So let us get started with just adding the dummy values over here. Let's say my project title was something. I worked with a non-profit organization, and then my job title there was, let's say, a software developer. I need to now add the functional reporting area. For me, it was an IT. Next, organization's primary focus was added according to your organization, whether it is a consulting firm, whether it is an energy firm, or any kind of a financial firm that you are working with. Choose it appropriately. Now, for me, it was an IT firm, so that's where I'll be adding information technology over here. What was the approach or the methodology? I was working with the agile methodology in that organization, so I'll be adding agile over here. I'll be adding the project team size. My team size was containing 5 to 9 members. Now here comes the tricky part. What was the project budget? Now if you are not allowed to disclose the budget, you can say here as classified. It won't ask you for your budget. If you know your budget and you want to enter it, you can select it as per your budget. But if you do not want to enter this and want to keep it unknown, just select classified and it won't ask any other details after that. So once I scroll down a little bit and add in the project dates, for instance, if I end up adding dates like, let's say, January of 20 2016 was where I started working. So I'll select January of 2016 and my project lasted for a certain amount of months. I can also enter just one project and make it a total of 36 months. So I can just say that maybe April of, let's say, 2019. It is gonna help me satisfy that this is 36 months of the time that I was working on this particular project. If it's still in progress, you can check this mark over here. Now, while you describe the project description, I'll be attaching a Word document which allows you to specify the project description in a specific manner. That means you have to say it up in a way that what was your project doing, what was your role in it, how the project was supposed to generate a particular outcome, and what happened while the delivery of the project. So how you navigated different challenges and difficulties. So make sure you list down all these points in a separate file. I'll be sharing that file in the description link below, so do check that out and fill this project description on to whatever you have done as a part of your project. That is a response that has to be between 200 to 500 words. Please don't cross this limit, as it won't accept any other words after that, or it is gonna end up saying that you have exceeded the number of words that this particular field accepts. So make sure you enter this in the response between 200 to 500 words. Alright, so as soon as I save my project experience, now I can say that I have a total of 31 months out of the 36 months of the experience. If I want to modify, I can directly click on Edit Experience, or if I want to add another project, I can directly go ahead and add another project by clicking on Add Additional Experience. Make sure you can add different kinds of projects for which you have people to vouch for you, as in case if PMI selects your application to be audited, you need to produce these documents in a way that you have listed on, so that make sure you have somebody to vouch for you whenever you add these kind of projects onto this experience section. I will just edit this experience over here by selecting a little later of August 2019, just to make sure that my 36 months are achieved, or still not yet. Okay, let us edit it a little more and just stretch it to November of 2019. Okay, great. Now my 36 months are pretty much achieved with this one project itself, and that's where it shows a check mark of 36 months. So now I can click on Continue to Exam Details. Once I come here to the exam details, this is where I'll be deciding whether I want to book the exam or take the exam at home or at the exam center. So I'll be first selecting the country. I am in Canada, that's where I'll be selecting Canada for this particular field, and then it asks the citizenship country or which country I'm a citizen of. So I'll be just selecting my home country on, which is India. So I'll be selecting India over here. Please make sure that all these details do match with your ID documents, because this is the very first thing that will be verified on the day of your exam. So if you do not have a proper ID which reflects the same information that you enter here, you are not going to be allowed to take the exam. So once this thing is done, we'll go under the identification, wherein I have my name, I have my email address. I will be entering my phone over here. Once I enter that, they'll be sending me an OTP to verify that this is the right number that you have. Once that is done, I'll be asked if any is the exam accommodation that I'll be requesting or I'll be needing on for the special arrangements to be made during the exam. So once I fill up all these details, I'll be saying that agree to terms and conditions, and then I'll be submitting my application by clicking on Submit Application. So once you fill all the details, submit your application, you need to wait for at least 5 business days for your application to be completely looked upon or filled upon by PMI to understand that all these projects were counted under your project management experience and you are allowed now to sit into the exam. In case if PMI selects your application to be audited, you need to produce all these documents in terms of all your educational transcripts, your educational degree certificates, and your project management experiences that you have highlighted in this section. So make sure you note that down somewhere before clicking on submit, as you won't have any access to the application once you click on submit application. So in case if you need to reproduce those documents, it would be easier if you have that listed down somewhere, making sure that you do not misplace those informations that you had satisfied, wherein PMI can identify that you were lying to PMI if those details does not match. So make sure you have everything in place and add only those things which you have a copy of, because in case if you are selected to be audited, you need to submit all those digital copies back to PMI for them to verify and approve your application. If you have enjoyed watching this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, as it helps me to reach out more people just like you. Also, let me know in the comment section below what is your PMP examination date, and let me know if you need any help in regards to any topics that you would like me to cover in the next video.